Boom. Hello, YouTube. Meow. Oh my god. Yeah, sorry about that. I am just getting up. It's a bit of a mess. What else is new? So, my voice is going to be a little crappier right in the moment because it's not warmed up. Like, that and, I think allergies are setting in. Great, because that's how I officially know it's the nice weather, is when the allergies kick in. Anyways, we're back with another, Fat Files, I think this is. Either way, it's our boy, Fat Electrician. But before that, quick plug for myself. I'm starting up a Patreon. For the most part, it'll be free, but there will be some exclusive stuff for $1. That's it. That's it. Let's just jump into this now and hear what he has to say.
I'm just going to level with you. I've been all over the United States. Since I started this whole YouTube thing, and the Midwest does not have a lot to brag about, but our gas station is on point, and the rest of you guys are lacking.
Our gas stations here used to have these great cheeseburgers, and I don't know what happened to them. They just disappeared at some point. Like, they were cheeseburgers that came in a bag with, like, nitrogen or something to preserve them, but still, you put them in the microwave for, like, a minute or whatever, or, like, something like that, but they tasted exactly like a Burger King burger, so it was crazy.
Today we're talking about Casey's General Store. It is the most American pizza place in the world, and it's masquerading as a gas station. If you don't live in the Midwest, you've probably never even heard of Casey's because they only operate in 17 states. But despite only operating in 17 states, to show how dominant they are in their region, they are the third biggest convenience store chain in the country behind 7-Eleven and Circle K. And while they're technically not considered a pizza place...
Wait. Circle K is American? Huh. So they took over Canadians' gas station conveniences too. Interesting. Because we have 7-Eleven and Circle K here too.
They have better pizza than any other chain pizza place in the United States. Yes, it's not just good gas station pizza. No, it's just good pizza. Look at me. I'm a 260-pound white guy that worked construction for a decade. I know good pizza. I am a pizza slut. I promise you, the pizza's delicious.
It is. Pizza's very good. I've never had Casey's, so I couldn't tell you. But I'll take his word for it because I've had pizza from almost every place in this town here.
And you don't just have to take my word for it. I can prove it mathematically. If you were to compare the top pizza chains in the United States and see which one made the most money by selling just pizzas, Casey's would be tied for 5th with Papa Murphy's. Last year, they sold 28 million pizzas and 70 million individual slices. And
damn.
Again, they only operate in 17 states with 2,600 locations. That's like 11,000 pizzas per year per gas station, not including the individual slices. And Casey's was able to achieve this market dominance with a brilliant business strategy that we're going to get into right after a word from our sponsor. This video is brought to you by World of Warships, a massive free online game.
I kind of forgot this game existed.
Whether it's Windows, Mac, PlayStation, Xbox, where you get to...
I kind of forgot this game existed because War Thunder tends to overshadow everything.
Play as a warship inside of a massive World War II style naval engagement. And the best part is these aren't just a bunch of random warships that they came up with. No, these are actual ships that either did or still do exist today. Whether it's the USS Iowa, the USS Texas, a Fletcher class do exist today. Whether it's the USS...
That's Optimus Prime on that ship. He's standing there with his battle axe out. Okay. I was not expecting to see that in World of Warships.
Iowa, the USS Texas, a Fletcher-class destroyer, pretty much anything and everything that has existed is in this game. Or if you're into losing, you can play as the world's biggest shitty submarines, the Yamato or the Bismarck. Or you can get crazy and have me be the commander of your ship. Battle starts! Enemy battleship detected. Torpedoes, direct front! Not only that, but most of their in-game events are actually centered around true historical events. This month's event is the 85th anniversary of Operation Dynamo, aka the Miracle at Dunkirk. So if you want to give World of Warships a try and partake in the Dunkirk 85th anniversary event, you can use code DYNAMO1940, and that's going to get you a bunch of freebies. I'm going to have that code and a link down below. Let's get back to the video. Okay, let me set the scene for you.
You're the voice in the game?
Driving through the vast cornfield ocean that is the Midwest of the United States.
Cornfield ocean? Accurate description.
And the only thing that breaks makes up this ocean of corn is the occasional soybean field, maybe a hog confinement, or one of the thousands of tiny little towns that have a population of like 2,000 that are so small if you blink you're gonna miss them. Pretty much all of these towns are the exact same thing. There's only 4 businesses in these towns, okay? There's a post office, a dive bar, a Dollar General, and a gas station. And 9 times out of 10, that gas station is a Casey's. And I'm gonna tell you right now, that is one of, if not the best gas stations on the planet. The only company that comes close is Quick Star, which is their main competitor inside of the Midwest. Okay, all the other regions in the United States, you guys don't hold a candle to the Midwest when it comes to the gas station game. Buh! Oh yeah, well Texas has Buc-ee's, and Buc-ee's is the biggest, best gas station ever because Texas, buh. Okay, look at me, look at me. Buc-ee's is cool. I like Buc-ee's. Buc-ee's has a cool business model. I'll do a video on them one day. But Buc-ee's is not a gas station. Buc-ee's is what happens when a Six Flags fucks a Walmart, and then they have a massive parking lot that they threw some gas
I
pumps.
can't take that mascot seriously.
Not a convenience store. There's nothing convenient about Buc-ee's, okay? You gotta park in a 1,000 spot parking lot, walk
Jesus.
a mile just to get into the store that's the size of a fucking department store just to find the food you want. I'm not looking to do that as a construction worker trying to get to work, okay? I want to walk 12 steps in, grab food, grab an energy drink and a coffee.
Well, I can't get him on a good frame. Anyways, that was like our Home Depot here. Yeah, I know there's a big stink about them right now. But anyways, the Home Depot here used to have a Subway built into it. So as soon as you walked into those doors, you could go right to the construction supplies and stuff, or you could just take a left and go right to Subway, grab a sub, and leave.
Walk the fuck out and go to work. I'm surprised Buc-ee's doesn't take your picture and then try to sell it to you on the way out like it was a roller coaster, because they do everything else an amusement park does. They basically have a fucking gift shop inside that gas station.
What?
I'm sorry, I'm getting off track. Our story begins in 1959 when Donald Lamberti, the founder of Casey's, took over his father's full-service gas station in Des Moines, Iowa. Now remember, this is the 1950s, so when I say full-service gas station, I mean they sold gas, and then they had like the little auto shop off to the side where you could go in, get your tire fixed, get your oil changed, and some dude would come out and pump your gas. It wasn't really a convenience store. They weren't selling food. They didn't have a bunch of snacks and drinks and all the bullshit. That's how things were back in the day. And eventually, somewhere over the
Straight to the point.
next 9 years, he decides, you know what? I'm going to get rid of the auto shop. I'm going to turn the auto shop into a convenience store. I'm going to start making more money off of selling candy bars and drinks and food and shit. And it's outrageously successful. And then one day his buddy, Casey Fisher, the guy that comes by to fill up the gas tanks for his gas pump, says, hey, over in this town of Boone, Iowa, not that far away, there's another full service gas station that's struggling. You should take them over, turn them into a convenience store too, and do exactly what you did right here in Des Moines. It would probably go just as well. Now, Des Moines is the capital. It's the big city. In theory, it should be easier to have a successful business there just because of greater population density. Boone, Iowa is a tiny town that's got about 12,000 people, so he's concerned that a convenience store isn't going to be able to make it there, but there's only one way to find out. So he goes there, he takes over this gas station. It's like the only gas station in town, turns it into a convenience store, and holy shit, it's outrageously successful. In a wild turn of events that literally nobody could have seen coming, people that live in small towns also like convenience and food. Holy shit. So while yes, this small town does have less people, which means
that was literally our gas station for years. It was an old-timey gas station in the small town I grew up in. It was the only one in the town. Sorry. Still have my morning voice, like I said. And, I don't remember when it was, but eventually they got rid of it was a garage. Yeah, it was. I had to stop and think. Like, yeah, it did have an old-timey garage in it for the longest time. Eventually, they gutted the garage and turned it into a convenience store. So, same story, but except for, like, in my time frame, not in the 1950s.
less potential business. He also has literally no competition, so he just mops up. So he ends up naming that gas station Casey's after the guy that gave him the idea, and that becomes his new strategy for the business. He's not going to try to go into the big metropolitan area and slug it out with all the big hitters and make a name for himself. No, he's just going to go around to all these little tiny podunk towns, and he actually focuses on towns that have a population of 5,000 or less. And as
that's smart, actually.
Gas stations left and right in all these little podunk towns. And then in 1984, one of these tiny little towns only had two businesses. They had a Casey's and they had a local pizza place. And that local pizza place went out of business. So the manager of that Casey's was like, fuck it, I'm going to start making pizza inside the donut machine. Which makes a ton of sense because
donut machine?
The community is used to only having one option for a restaurant to order warm food. Most of these families probably have pizza night. Like every Tuesday, our family buys pizza from this local pizzeria, and that's just our
You gotta figure a town like that where you only have a gas station and a pizzeria for your two businesses, more or less. When one of those things goes under, the town's probably freaking out because, like, it's a small town. That community is gonna be close knit.
Our family thing, and that got taken away, so Casey's is going to go in and fill that void. Right? This is what sociologists would refer to as a food desert, and he is now going to be the only person selling food inside of this food desert. And people absolutely love it, so he ends up equipping every Casey's with a fully functional pizza kitchen. Now, as the decades go by, Casey's has basically covered the entire Midwest. They're absolutely everywhere except for inside these major cities, but they have these major cities completely surrounded. Now, in business, it's called the backdoor or the beachhead strategy. It's not always a good business idea for a lot of retail locations, like Toys R Us, for example. You wouldn't build a Toys R Us out in a town that's got 2,000 people. It just doesn't make any sense. But it works with gas stations, and it's exceptionally brilliant. And that's because if things are going good, what do cities do over time? They expand, they get bigger. Especially cities in the Midwest, because it's smack dab in the center of the country, right? Cities that are on coastlines can only expand one direction. They can't expand into the ocean. Cities in Florida are stuck on a fucking peninsula. Where are they gonna go? Manhattan's on an island, whereas the cities in the middle of the country can expand out in every direction. And they've been doing that a ton for the last 3 decades because all of the big businesses are moving headquarters and factories and warehouses into these central locations because it makes logistics easier because you're smack dab in the middle of the country. Now, it's only a 2-day drive to either coast instead of being stationed in LA and having to ship shit all the way to New York. You want to be centralized. So these Midwestern cities like Des Moines, for example, are expanding rapidly, and all the gas station businesses that are inside the city that have been operating there forever are having trouble expanding because they're completely fucking surrounded by Casey's. And Casey's is not only making a fuck ton of money by A, being there first and already having a stronghold with a loyal customer base, but as that city expands and absorbs these smaller towns, the property values go through the roof, so the value of their location, just real estate wise, is skyrocketing. Not only that, but you know who has to show up to let the city expand? Construction workers. So now they have entire construction crews leaving the city, going out to these tiny little towns 15, 30 minutes outside of town, and they're building, you know, a new housing development or a bunch of new buildings. Guess where they're going for breakfast and lunch every single day?
Casey's.
It's on the tip of my tongue.
The only place they can go, the gas station that sells pizza. And it's even funnier if you're another gas station trying to compete with them, because as you send out your construction crew to build your Quick Star or your Holiday or your Circle K or whatever the fuck, guess where your construction workers, as they're building your gas station, are going to get pizza?
The competition.
Casey's. They've been playing the long game for decades, and it's starting to pay off. And because of all of this, the pizza at Casey's has developed this cult following. Like, it is a Midwestern icon to get Casey's pizza at this gas station. Like I already said, they're literally tied for 5th for Papa Murphy's for the biggest pizza chain in the United States. They sold $700 million in pizza last year, which doesn't even make sense when you consider they're only operating in 17 states with 2,600 locations. How is that even possible? Well, it's because they figured out how to sell pizza fast and all day long. Casey sells all your normal.
Wait. All day long pizza? Okay, you got my vote there, Casey's. That's all I need to know. 24/7 pizza? Yes, please. I want that here.
Pepperoni, your Supreme, your meat lovers. But on top of that, they sell different pizza. They sell taco pizza. They sell barbecue brisket pizza. And most importantly, they sell breakfast pizza. It is a pizza with cheese sauce, scrambled eggs, and then either bacon or sausage, and it's fucking delicious.
This some serious gourmet shit.
So not only are they the only pizza chain in America that's figured out how to sell pizza for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, they also copied Little Caesars by having it hot and ready because they sell pizza by the slice. You can literally go to Casey's.
Or did they do it first? Because here, Little Caesars, when they showed up, didn't have hot and ready, really. Gino's Pizza, a different pizza chain here, had that functionality when I was in high school. They would serve a slice, basically, that was hot. And now I see a lot of other places doing the slice, which, by definition now, for me anyways, is 2 slices, technically, but hey, that's a big-ass pizza.
On your way to work, grab breakfast pizza and a coffee, then go back there for lunch, grab pizza and an energy drink, and then hit them up on your way back home too. Trust me, I've done it. And
7-Eleven might have had it done first here. I don't remember because I didn't really go into 7-Elevens when I was in high school because I didn't have cash. I didn't have a job yet. Yeah, I can't tell. I don't think it's my morning voice. I can feel a little tickle in the back of my throat. This is definitely allergies.
That's what makes it the most American pizza place on the planet. Not only can you eat pizza for breakfast, lunch, and dinner like the Lord intended, it's the only pizza place you can go to on your way home from work and get all the necessary ingredients to go home and get fucked up. Okay, Domino's, Pizza Hut, Little Caesars, I can't go there, get a pizza for the family, and then a 40 and some rolling papers or a case of Busch Light and some grizzly long-cut wintergreen. It's convenient as fuck, and the pizza's better. On top of that, you could probably meet your future spouse there. Okay, I see it all the time on the internet. Women being like, oh, where do I find a good, hard-working, blue-collar guy? Blah, 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 blah. Listen to me. Get off fucking Tinder, quit going out to nightclubs, get your ass up at 6 o'clock in the morning, drive to the nearest gas station that sells good breakfast food, let some air out of your tire, wait for the dudes in the high-vis shirts and dirty work boots to go walking in on their way to their construction site. Pick the one that you think is attractive and walk up to him and be like, oh, excuse me, could you help me air up my tire? Blah, 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 blah. He's gonna do it, and if he doesn't have a wedding ring and seems nice, ask him for his fucking phone number. The end. The absolute worst case scenario is that dude tells you he has a girlfriend and you made his day because he's been hit on twice in his entire life and he's going to remember this for the rest of forever, and then you show up to the same gas
He's not wrong. Guys will remember things like that forever.
station the next morning and do it again to another guy till you find the one that's available. Go ahead and send the wedding invitation to my P.O. box. You're welcome. Okay, and I know what you're thinking, the chubby electron guy. It's just gas station pizza.
Chubby,
No, it's
chubby electron guy.
not just gas station pizza. It's literally better than any other major pizza chain in the country. It's got such a cult following that when David Portnoy, you know, the Barstool sports guy that goes around the country doing pizza reviews, came to Iowa for college football and asked for the best pizza place in town, he overwhelmingly got told Casey's gas station and went there and did a pizza review.
One bite everybody knows the rules. Gas station pizza, Casey's General Store, Iowa. Too bacony.
Too bacony?
Too bacony.
Huh?
It's all
Huh?
right. I mean,
No, exactly. Huh? You can't have too much bacon on a pizza. But this guy doesn't know his stuff. Sorry, but like bacon's one of those things you can't just have too much of, unless it's literally eating a whole slab of bacon on its own. Then maybe. But even then,
it's all right. I don't know. 5.2.
Oh!
Okay, now to be fair, that doesn't do a whole lot of good for my argument that the pizza's fantastic, but I think we can all agree that's a dog shit review. How in the fuck are you gonna order a bacon pizza, take a bite, and go, it's too bacony? What is happening?
Yeah.
Right now? Okay, that's the only person in the history of forever that's ever been mad there was too many toppings on top of a pizza. It doesn't even make sense. It's like getting home with your wife from date night and being like, honey, it's too wet. Imagine going to a Ferrari dealership, buying a Ferrari, and then calling them up the next day and be like, guys, this car's too fast. Yeah, that's the fucking point. Bacon pizza is supposed to taste like motherfucking bacon.
exactly.
Raspberries taste like snozberries. Ew. These carrots taste musky. Damn Oompa Loompas!
Thankfully, he's not the only pizza reviewer that's done this. For some reason, Casey's has such a cult following that tons of people have reviews of them sitting in their cars outside of a Casey's because they stopped to review Casey's pizza as they were passing through, and almost all of them absolutely love it. So yeah, that is Casey's, the third largest gas station chain in the country and the fifth most successful pizza chain in the country, despite the fact they're technically not even a pizza chain. They accomplish this in two ways. One, they have a gimmick. They're a gas station that sells outrageously good pizza, and two, they played the long game with the beachhead strategy. Rather than competing head-on with their competition, instead, they elected to go around the outside, develop fortified positions all around them, and then as that enemy finally did try to expand, Casey's made a killing not only selling food to their construction crews to build their gas stations, but in their real estate pricing, and when the time came, they already had a loyal customer base that was in that area. So if you're ever in the Midwest and you see a Casey's, stop in, grab a slice of pizza. It's not a gas station that sells pizza, it's a pizza place that sells gas. Thanks for watching. Best way to support the channel is go buy some merch over at thefatelectrician.com. Clap, bang, out.
I want pizza now. No, for me, a good pizza, if I want to just have a good pizza, like, it doesn't have to be, I prefer a pizza not to be greasy pizza. Like, yeah, I know some people say greasy pizza is better flavor and whatnot. True, it can be. Here, the trick is bar pizza is basically the better pizza in this town. Yeah, it's weird. It's a weird thing. Like, every town seems to have its own thing for pizza. And I'm also told if I ever travel overseas, I'm supposed to have deep fried pizza. which I will one day once I get over there. No, but here, part of my work sells pizza. We're not even a pizza place either, and the pizza there is pretty decent too. It's greaseless for the most part somehow. The cardboard is always the cardboard sleeve that they serve it on, like a little cardboard tray that it comes on, is always dry. So it's just like, yeah, I like that because I don't feel like bloated and like gross after eating a pizza. Because some of the pizzas in our town here can be pretty. Like if your pizza box is soaked with like pizza grease, and it's just like, okay, or they have that extra thing underneath the pizza that make it absorb the grease first, and it's still bad through the box. It's like, all right, this is gonna be a thing. Don't get me wrong, I will still eat pizza. But sometimes the pizza like that is better after it's cooled down and you have a cold pizza slice after. But that's just me. Anyways, go support him. Link for the original will be down below. And we'll catch you on the next one. Bye.